Welcome back to Gushing Blood, or maybe this is your first time, in which case, where the fuck were you when we posted the first video? We're going to talk in this video about our favorite
horror TV shows
that you maybe haven't seen. Like if you haven't seen an American Horror Story, it's like, go join the sensation. If you haven't seen Walking Dead, go and watch the first season with Frank Darabont in charge, because that season's terrific. It is terrible now, I have to say. We're gonna make a different video about that.
Yeah.
Because I really get upset about how bad it's gotten.
It's just all cliffhangers. But it's not about Walking Dead.
This isn't about Walking Dead. Okay, so this is our favorite horror TV shows that you maybe haven't seen. The first one is, in particular, one that I thought was really underrated, and that it's shocking to me it got canceled after the 4th season. It's called Channel Zero.
Definitely one of our favorites.
Oh my god, it's
so good.
It's really good.
And they're very short, which I like. It's maybe 6 episodes, 10.
Yeah, it's like 6 episodes.
It's not more than 10 episodes per season.
Yeah, it's also an anthology, because all of a sudden everything's an anthology, right?
Yeah, so whichever one you could watch first, it doesn't matter.
I've got a sort of
favorites.
Well, I was gonna say I've got a theory about why everything's an anthology these days, and it's kind of dark. I think it's because.
Can I guess first?
Yes.
That you don't think they'll be able to come back another season?
No, I think it's that they don't want to have to pay actors who become too important in a show. And if you make it an anthology, it makes it much easier to get rid of actors. Even in one where they use all the actors, like American Horror Story, you can still cut someone and it's not that big of a deal.
That makes sense.
I think that's why they're doing it. Anyway, Channel Zero is an anthology. It is amazing. Nick and Tosca.
Season 2 is our favorite. They're all good, but season 2 in particular.
Season 2 is
the best one.
Some of the best horror TV. I would say it's up there with the first season of Walking Dead. But it's totally different. It's not jump scares.
Yeah.
There's like no jump scares. It's just grinding, uncanny horror. Like really eerie. You know, like when you had something when you were a kid that terrified you and you didn't understand why.
Yeah.
Like I had a thing like there was this little place where you could cut through the hedge from my yard to another yard, and there was this one dead dandelion in it, and I had this weird illogical like fear about it that's from when I was like 3 years old, where I didn't understand what it was and it scared the shit out of me. That's Channel
Maybe 5. I don't think you can remember being 3.
Maybe 5.
He's so bad with numbers.
Maybe 5.
Ages.
Maybe 5. But Channel Zero is like that. It's all shit where like you don't even understand why it's so creepy or unsettling or disturbing. But it is. And the second season in particular,
it's the best, yeah.
So good. No End House. They're all based on creepypastas, apparently. The guy who created it was a novelist. So that kind of tells you something about that it's novels, like writers have a way of really getting inside the psyche and really getting inside fear, and so I think that's why that show does it so well, because Nick Antosca was a writer first. But man, it's only on. You have to watch it now because it got
Shudder.
You got to watch it on Shudder. Or
FYI, it got canceled.
It got canceled after the 4th season.
It was on Sci-Fi before, and
Rutger Hauer is in. The second season's the best, but the 3rd season is also really good. So creepy. Good. They're all so good, and it's maybe the creepiest TV I've seen. But Rutger Hauer has a really important part. Like from Blade Runner, like now it's all lost to time, like Tears in the Rain. Then he dies. It looks like Jesus Christ. Blade Runner. Anyway, Rutger Hauer is awesome in it. He plays one of the lead roles in the 3rd season, which is called Butcher's Block, and it's fantastic.
Next one.
Number 2, Marianne. French. Marianne is dope because it's on Netflix, which is cool.
It's a Netflix original, but it's French with English subtitles. But I gotta say, for me, it's one of the scariest horror TV shows recently that I've watched.
Yeah.
maybe scary isn't the word. Like Channel Zero is very eerie and creepy
and unsettling.
But this one really, it's not scary and like jump scare. Kevin hates those.
I don't enjoy.
He really hates those.
I don't enjoy jump scares.
But it's
cheap.
Yeah, he hates those. But it's scary in every other way. Not that you get jump scares, but it's like...
The best scares are the ones that haunt you long after. A jump scare, you know, it's like MSG or something. It's like, it hits you immediately and you're scared, but then it just wears off.
Because it turns out to be nothing. It's like the cat scare.
Yeah,
like,
or even if it's something, you bounce back from it quickly.
Yeah.
The best scares are the ones where you weren't jump scared, but like some image or something happens that is so unsettling you carry it with you for days sometimes. And
it is unsettling. Even the mood of it, like, and sometimes it doesn't go anywhere. It's not like, oh, there's just built up to this creepy or scary moment. It's more like it's just creepy and that's it.
Yeah, there's a scene in the there's this.
It's not going anywhere. It's like, yeah, that was just creepy.
Okay, really quick.
We could tell them that scene
in the opening in like the first episode. There's a scene where the main character, Victoire Dubois, is the actress, I believe. I'm probably mispronouncing her name.
But her character's name is Emma.
She's really interesting. She's like a successful writer, and she is in bed with like her man. And he's like lying down, face down, facing away from her, and she's like talking to him, and she's like, "Will you turn and face me?" And all of a sudden, and he just goes, "Are you sure you want me to turn and face you?"
And first she's like, "Yeah."
And she's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Are you really sure you want?" And all of a sudden you're like, "Oh shit, like, I'm scared," and I didn't even realize this was going to be like.
And he does like the slow he turn over. Even she got creeped out and turned away. She's like, "I didn't want to see."
Even she got scared and turned away because it. Yeah,
so it's spooky like that.
Dude, yeah, man, so good.
So good. It's only one season so far.
So far, but it's got to get renewed.
And 8 episodes, I think.
I think it's 8 episodes.
But so good.
Netflix,
so good.
Get there.
Netflix and chill.
Netflix and chill. You know what's cool about it is it's like it's got Tim Burton-esque vibes. Like the music is a little Danny Elfman-ish. The look of it is like this sort of gothic, like you know, like her hair, like even the main character, her hair, she kind of looks like a crow or something. Yeah. Like the way her hair is, it's hard to explain. You guys see it. It has this very gothic vibe. It's very Tim Burton meets Vincent Price a little bit, but it's actually fucking scary here and there. Whereas like, you know, Tim Burton is spooky but not scary.
Yeah, it's like, scary. Like, there are times when we were watching, it's like, oh my god. I'm scared.
Yeah, she never gets scared. She doesn't get phased. She's been desensitized by watching horror from a young age.
Yeah. Duffy show, Jamaicans will know.
Number three. Kingdom.
Yes.
Korea.
Netflix original again.
Another Netflix original. It's killer. Duna Bai?
I don't know how you say it.
I think it's
but
Bai.
If you've seen Sense8, she's the Korean lady in there.
It's hard because
we've seen her in all the things.
Daewoo is spelled Daewoo, the car company. But my friend who's from Korea said that that's actually not how it should be spelled. Huh. He said that the Korean government makes a manual that explains American pronunciation and what the Korean or what the spelling should be of Korean. It's really heavy. Or it's fascinating. Anyway, he said that one was wrong, and so that car company is spelled wrong. So for that reason, I'm not sure whether it's Donna Bay or Donna Bai.
She's a great actress. She was also in Flu. Do you remember that?
Really?
No, The Host.
The Host. She was in The Host.
I think The Host.
She was definitely in The Host.
Yeah.
She was the archer in The Host.
Yeah.
The Host
Sense8, another Netflix.
Sense8 also.
Really good actress.
Host is like a great. I love that movie because it's like the whole family are kind of losers, but they win in the end. You know, like the whole family are like losers, but
it's an outbreak movie, but still,
it's great.
Some comedy.
Definitely check it out. Yeah. But Kingdom is awesome because it's a zombie show.
It's a period piece. It's like ancient Korea.
Yeah, it's ancient Korea, like 1800s, late 1700s.
Very traditional.
It's awesome because it's, you know, they still have all these like temples and things in Korea that are hundreds of years old, and they shot on those. So the sets are amazing. And just the vibe of it overall, and there's all this cool like historical politics that factors into it. Like, you know, like one of the characters is like the sort of like lieutenant or like Don of the area, you know, and he just got it because he's like friends with like the kings.
If I remember well, is it that the king died, and that's the beginning of the outbreak? The king is like patient zero.
The king is patient zero, but we shouldn't give more away than that.
You shouldn't.
It's
only one episode, but
one season.
One season, but
there's a new season in March.
Yeah,
March 2020. There's gonna be a new season. Kingdom. It's a slow burn. The apocalypse doesn't happen quickly. It takes a long time. You're a ways in before shit really starts to go Pete Tong. But
I wouldn't say a long time. Maybe like 2-3 episodes.
Well, 3 episodes in, it's starting to happen. But I mean, it's not like Dawn of the Dead where the apocalypse, you know, is 5 minutes into the movie. So it's a bit of a slow burn, but it's totally worth it, and it's beautiful, and the music's great, and the acting's great, and it's on Netflix. Just get there. It's
Netflix and chill.
Netflix and chill. Number 4, we're gonna go to Australia. Glitch.
Another Netflix.
Another Netflix. It's nice. It ended, wrapped up. Nice tidy bow. Unlike
only 3 seasons, but
only 3 seasons.
Really good seasons, and
it's kind of drama. It's like one of those that's sort of on the border between drama and horror, but there's a lot of stuff in it that's also really creepy. It's like, and there's a lot of cool historical stuff. There's
beautifully shot
in Australia. Like it's, you know, a lot of locations, a lot of different locations. Between the city and the outback, like it has, you know, like it's pretty big budget for horror, and it has a great look to it. A lot of awesome golden hour shots, and there's some really cool historical stuff. It's like people come back to life this one night in Australia, and it's interesting because like one of the dudes that comes back to life is from like. He's like the guy the town is named after.
The colonizer.
Yeah, he's like the colonizer, and he becomes friends with this kid who's like of Aboriginal descent, and so there's a lot of interesting elements to that. But there's also creepy shit, like a guy who dies and comes back to life, and then is like clearly not quite right, and he goes to the store, he goes to the laundromat, he's like following someone, and he goes to the laundromat, and it's like. Gone fishing close till Monday, and the guy just stands there and stares at it
for days.
It's super creepy. Anyway, Glitch it's a nice change from all the other ones because everything else on this list is like pretty like dark, shadowy, blue-gray.
It's all daylight.
Yeah, it's all during the day.
It's like, again, beautifully shot.
Sunshine horror. I don't know if that's like a genre name yet, but it should be. Like it's
sunshine horror.
It's like sunshine horror. Like whereas most of the other things on this list involve a lot of like, you know, blue-gray color correction and overcast. This is all like sunny
Except
day.
Channel Zero, which is very greenery because it was actually shot in Canada.
Oh, so
it's very bright and green.
Well, it's still overcast though. A lot of like the.
All right. Yeah. Okay, fine.
Butcher's Block and like
it's nothing like Glitch. You're right.
It's very overcast.
Glitch
it's very green,
sunny and bright, but dark.
Number 5 is it's Le Revenants. The Returned, but don't get suckered into watching the American The Return because that's some garbage.
We don't watch remakes. Well,
remakes are terrible usually.
We don't like American remake.
Yeah, when America remakes some shit from another country, it's always terrible.
Yeah.
Like the Thai movie Shudder is so good. I'm sure the American remake is terrible. So Les Revenants. Things I want to point out right off the bat, Mogwai did the music for it. For those of you that are into music, Mogwai is like instrumental rock band that was big in the late 90s, early 2000s. They did the music, but interestingly, the main theme is Pedestal by Portishead. Like, it's not off the record. Mogwai's playing it, but it's that din 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 din. That's the main theme. but Mogwai did the music, but that's clearly a Portishead melody. I'd be willing to bet that what it was is they hired Mogwai to do the music. Maybe Portishead they asked first but wanted too much money, and it probably had temp music of that on it, and the director got so married to it that like he couldn't let go of it.
Keep it.
He had to have it. That happened with 2001, by the way. Stanley Kubrick got so attached to I wrote my master's thesis about this, by the way. Stanley Kubrick got so married to what were the temp tracks, he threw out Alex North's entire score. Alex North brought his family to the premiere, and none of his music was in the movie. But I digress.
You totally did. I have no idea what he's talking about right now.
Les Revenants is terrific. It's about...
Come Back from the Dead again, like Glitch.
It's people coming...
But this one is French.
This one's French, and it happens, it's like one at a time. Like, this kid comes back, and they look just like they did when they were younger, and they don't do anything bad, but you can just tell that there's something, like, sinister about them. They're a little weird. As more of them come back together, they're, like, grouping together and hanging out together, and you don't know what they're up to. They don't sleep or something, if I remember. There's some weird thing, like, where it's like they don't sleep.
Or they don't eat?
Or they don't eat.
I don't remember, but
there's something weird like that. They're somehow not quite real. And they're threatening without actually doing anything threatening, and that's really great. Les Revenants all about the look. It's like in like Alpine France, and it's beautifully shot. There's like creepy underwater scenes kind of out of the blue that have nothing to do with anything else sometimes. And the music is really good. It's like, it's one of those where the plot and everything is actually really good, and it does kind of pay off at the end of the second season. It's a shame there wasn't more. There barely was a second season. It actually got canceled for years, and then somebody...
Yeah, there was like a 3-year gap.
Yeah, there's a 3-year gap, and you can see it a little bit in a couple of the young...
The kids were clearly...
A couple of the younger kids... Which is funny.
The kids grew up quite a bit.
Yeah, in a thing where specifically the whole point is that...
And they didn't do it as if time has passed. They just continued where they left off. Like, well...
Yeah, it was like...
I know she looks like a teenager now, and before she was a preteen, but hey.
You know, it was like...
But it's still so freaking good. It's very ominous still, like when you see all the kids coming back. So what happened was, I guess it's okay to say, a school bus of kids... like crashed into a dam or something like that.
Yeah, like fell off.
And years later, the kids suddenly just started coming back.
And one of the kids has a twin. And that's like...
Yeah, so the twin is grown.
Yeah, the twin is grown.
And her sister is still...
That was hot.
Yeah.
Les Revenants. Check it out. It's like, the story is great, but it's really about... It's like one of those... where it just kind of seeps into you and gets into your bones, like the feeling of it, and it stays with you for days. Highly recommended. We have some honorable mentions we're going to run through really quick, too. It got canceled after one season, and it's a shame, but The Passage was good. The one season is good.
Yeah.
It's very faithful to the book. Mark-Paul Gosselaar, is that how you pronounce it?
Zach Morrison from Saved by the Bell.
Zach Morris from Saved by the Bell. He's in it, and he's really fucking good, actually. And it was really good. It was a shame it got canceled. I was super bummed because I thought it was really good.
It might get picked up in a year or two. Like,
yeah.
I mean, Revenant came back after 3 years.
Yeah, and there's been other things that got canned, and then Netflix or Hulu put up money for them.
Yeah.
I hope it does. Z Nation is another horror one, but it takes place, or a zombie one, takes place on the West Coast. That one's, it's lovable. It's a more... It's so scary.
It somehow got 5 seasons, which is good. We watched all of them.
We watched all of them.
It has its characters.
It's lower budget than
Walking Dead,
and it's like funny. It's more humorous, but not in a way where it's like abject campy zombie. Because I don't like that. I don't.
Yeah.
You're supposed to love Dead Alive. You know, Peter Jackson, Lord of the Rings guy, like made a horror movie in New Zealand early on. It's called Dead Alive, and you're supposed to love it if you're a horror person. I don't love it. I don't love like campy genre horror zombie stuff. Even though you're supposed to, it's like not cool to say that. If Damien, our friend who's really into horror and even makes horror movies and always has like a Ghoulies 2 shirt with like the sleeves cut off on. He's like that. He like is into some genre horror. He loves that shit, and he will be super bummed.
As much as I love horror, there's still certain things where I'm just like,
Yeah, me too. Is Wicker Man a good movie?
Campy, it's just not horror. It's comedy.
Yeah, we need to do a video. We need to get to the bottom once and for all of like whether Wicker Man
just respected horror movies.
There's a few like that, like
are garbage.
I'm not willing to say Wicker Man's garbage.
I will say Wicker Man is garbage,
but I'm not sure it deserves to be in the top 5 horror movies on like IMDb and shit.
But it depends. We're gonna watch it again and see why it is so
the pace sucks in all those old horror movies. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying it's gotta like shit's gotta blow up a minute and a half
like
in.
Midsommar, The Witch, and all these other culty movies that come after. So maybe that's why it's a cult classic. I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna rewatch. Inspired like The Apostle and like all
the Johnstown, whatever, Guyana.
Jonestown, the Guyana one.
Yeah.
Well, Apostle though for sure. Remember that one where they've got the weird like that one's like definitely on that vibe. But so anyway, generally to bring it back, can't be horror.
Not our favorites.
Not my favorite generally. I love some 70s horror. I love Phantasm. And it's like
it's low budget I love The places, Omen. You haven't seen The Omen, but I do love The Omen. The Exorcist. They start kind of slow, but there's some really good ones there. But then you also have some. No, you haven't seen The Omen. You know what?
I thought we watched The Omen. No. I remember the kid sitting in the back of a fancy car.
I think you know that from a trailer.
That's possible.
We'll watch that together. So 70s had some great stuff. The Changeling, we've seen that together.
Z Nation is a little campy in places, but only a little in places. And it's actually legitimately funny in places.
The characters are fun. There's this one older guy who's into weed, so he's funny. But it's really following this one guy who's supposed to have the cure for the epidemic.
The outbreak. And he's a complicated...
It's like this military lady who's like trying to protect him at all costs. And trying to get him somewhere where they could like make the vaccine for the outbreak. So it's still a really good TV show. 5 seasons.
Yeah, 5 seasons.
And it ended perfectly too. It wasn't like a cliffhanger. It's like, we got dropped. We're going to wrap this all up. Put a nice bow on top.
It wraps up. Yeah. The Rain. The Rain is great. Danish.
Yes. Netflix and chill.
And it's on Netflix. It's really good. It's really good. It's very much got that Scandinavian horror vibe, if you know what that means. Like it's like very blue-gray, the color correction, very overcast. It's about like one day it rains and the rain kills everyone. And basically there's some kind of biological warfare that has escaped and is like into the clouds, and it's like raining and killing people, and so all of Scandinavia becomes like a DMZ basically.
And it's following the children of like one of the scientists.
Yeah, one of the scientists
created this mess.
It's really great. The look of it. I don't know where they all these underground bunkers that are like clearly real bunkers they shot it in. Like it's great. Highly recommend it.
2 seasons on Netflix right now.
Also on Netflix, Dark, German, yeah. It's cool because it's a period piece and not at the same time because it involves some time traveling. So it takes place like in the 1920s in Germany, like right after World War I, when Germany is like dealing with that. And it's cool because it deals with like the way a small town has like secrets that last generations and generations, and the way that generations of people in a small town
I think the time traveling occurs every 33 years or something like that.
Yeah, it's every 33 years. And one of the places where it takes... So yeah, there's also the 50s or 60s in Germany. And then there's like the 80s.
Yeah, it's like 20s, 50s, 80s, and 2000s.
Now, and then...
In the future.
In the future.
Yeah. And the future is dark.
The future is
that's why it's called dark. Maybe.
It's super dark, the future. It's like the future in Chrono Trigger, the video game, for those of you who play video games.
No.
That's honestly what it reminds me of. She hates when I talk about video games. But Dark, definitely good. Check it out. Is that it?
That's it.
I think that's good because I'm out of wine. I need to finally eat something. Well, thanks so much for listening. This has been Gushing Blood.
Gushing Blood.
Like and subscribe, as the kids say, and we're gonna.
So the cool kids say like, subscribe,
like and subscribe, and we'll post some more. Leave some comments, right? It's all about engagement, right? That's what they say. Anyway, thanks for listening.
Cheers.
Cheers.